Alright guys, I just wanted to go through how I decimate these models down to get them into other applications. So I just want to show you, since the decimate all feature I find seems to either it will bug out or it won't process all the subtools. So what I find is I just do each one and I set up just some hotkeys to do each one. It's a bit of a lengthy process, but it's just the process that I've come up with to get these things done. So basically I'll set up the hotkey for decimate current. I'll set up as that enter, and then I'll do pre-process the current one. I can put it S3. So if I go here, and then one more thing I need to do is move down. So move down will select the down arrow. So I can quickly go through each subtool and decimating each one with the hotkeys by just saying go to pre-process current. I'll leave freeze borders on just to preserve the borders, because when you have open borders and you decimate a mesh, it will eat away at the border. So just in case I have something open there that I've separated from another piece of geometry. So press 3, and that's going to process it, and press enter. And so you can see that just processed that mesh there, and you can do it again. You press enter on that mesh, and you can go through the next one, press 3. And so I'm just going through the hotkey and press enter. And so you see how it just does each one. It's just processing that and just that, boom. And so you just go through each one, you break it down. And yeah, just to show you how I do it if you have any problems with it. If you guys know how to just process each mesh, we get usually pre-process all should work, but I just find it doesn't work in my scenarios. And so yeah, that's just a quick way to then get all the meshes down. And so once you've done that, you've decimated all the mesh. So once you've done that, you've decimated all the meshes, you've then got this mesh to contend with here. And so usually when you export these meshes, so just for the sake of it, because I've merged all these back together, I'll just group split all this stuff here. So you've got all these decimated meshes, and they're all been, you've gone through and you've done your thing. And so you've separated parts of the geometry by masking out different areas. I've gone in here and just masked out certain areas, because say if I want to put this into Keyshot and I want to be able to separate the materials for each part, it just makes it easier, right? So as you can see, I've just gone through and I've like even little bolts here, and all these things are done by masking out areas and stuff like that. And yeah, it's not really a difficult thing to do. Some of these parts were all modeled in together, and so like this chin part was all one mesh at one point, and I've just gone in and I've just do some masking like that. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I've just masked it, and I just do that, hide unselected, and I'll group visible. Or you can just do split hidden, or just to separate those parts of those meshes to create those poly groups that you want for each material type. As you can see, it's really straightforward. I didn't want to bore people with going through each part and separating, but I wanted to, you can just see how I've separated all the geometry here. I just went through, and I just basically, if I had these two meshes together, very easily merge those down. Say if I was to regroup all this stuff, just to show you for the sake of it, go in here and just do that, and just you can see how it's pretty finicky. And I just unhide that. I'll hide the part that's I don't want, and group visible, and boom, you've got that. And so once you export that into Keyshot or something like that, it will be a separate mesh. So really back onto what I'm trying to say for getting the whole thing into other applications, because this is probably low enough to get into XSI, or that's what I use for my sub-D modeling and stuff like that, or Maya and things. You can get it even lower. You can see that density there. And so there's a trick that I find sometimes it lags quite a lot when you decimate all these meshes. So what I find I need to do is get these models out of ZBrush without it either getting stuck on importing back into other applications. I'll merge all the visible, get all this merged back together, and then I'll export it. So I want to just export this file, let it export. This is once you've decimated everything, you merge everything. Once you've got everything decimated down enough, I'll let that export. And then I want to import it. We'll import it. You can import it into a fresh ZBrush file, but I just for the sake of it, I just import it back. It doesn't matter. And so that just re-imports it. And the thing is, what I find is you need to group split it. This is just an odd thing that I had to find out. So you group split it, because this you're re-importing the mesh you just exported that you've decimated down. So you group split. And then now you're going to merge it all back again. So merge the visible, and then you export. And now that mesh should export without it getting without hanging or anything like that. So yeah, just wanted to go over that. I hope you guys, if you have any issues with it, yeah, just let me know. All right, cheers guys.